What's up? What's up? What's up, good people? Once again, back in the building, in the place, in your face. It's your boy, Connoisseur Big U, back to you with another episode of the Open Bar Sports Talk Edition. Sorry for the hiatus, but through the holiday times, I was just enjoying the family, sitting back, chilling out, relaxing, spending some quality time with the people that I care about. Outside of you guys, of course, because care about you guys, but just had to detach myself for a second. Aside from the fact that the Knicks, because as you know, this is where we bring you sports, basketball in particular, from a New York Knicks fan's point of view. So the Knicks have sent me into a deep, deep depression, and I didn't want to speak to you guys. I didn't want to seem like, you know how when somebody's getting beat up and they kick a horse when it's down, kick a I would beat a dead horse. I think I had confused this before, and I think it's this stuff. I didn't want to beat a dead horse and keep going in on how bad the Knicks have been. The Knicks who have lost 8 in a row. You know, there's nothing really good to say about them. And Mama said, when you ain't got nothing good to say, just don't say nothing at all. So I've decided, actually, let's start with the Knicks really quickly. You know, when they say, what do you want first, the good news or the bad news? So we're going to spend a small amount of time on my New York Knicks, who I still do love, and I still do champion them, you see, repping the colors and all of that. But they haven't been in a way to be spoken well of, so here it goes. The New York Knicks, like I said, lost 8 games in a row. I don't really see the light at the end of the tunnel. I'm disappointed with the team in all facets, on the offensive end, the defensive end. It seems like the terrible play and the terrible mentality that seems to surround the team. I don't see effort. It seems like it's affecting the Rook. My Rook seems like he's down. He hasn't been playing really well lately. And I think it's infectious, and it's just going to all the players on the team. And them guys, it's looking like a plantation. It's looking like Amistad. It's looking like they all stuck on that boat, and they trying to give us free, but it's not working. So, salute the Knicks. Keep y'all heads up. I'm still rooting for you every game, regardless of how bad. I think they lost by like 30 to the Nuggets tonight. Turned the game off. I could not stand to continue watching my Knicks get beat up like that. But on to better things. And what is the better thing? Carmelo Anthony, man. You know what they say. Usually what I say is we get to the end, it's Carmelo time, but we're going to start right here with Carmelo because we want to bring the good vibes. We want you guys feeling good. I want to feel good. And I got this. This make me feel good, so I might as well talk about some good stuff. So let's talk about Carmelo. So Carmelo Anthony was thought to be done in the NBA, or according to a lot of your favorite sportscasters. He was a bad teammate. He was no longer viable in the NBA. His style of play, fuck does that mean? He's a ISO player in a league now where you can't touch anybody. He wasn't a great teammate, or he was a issue. He could possibly be a problem on the bench, because if a team were to pick him up, how could you justify having the 10th guy on your bench be a possible future Hall of Famer, yada, 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 blah, blah, blah. And all of these reasons why they tried to justify keeping that man out of the league, when anybody could see that somebody just doesn't like Carmelo Anthony that has a high position in the NBA. So whoever that is, they did their damnedest to keep him out of the league for the amount of time that he was out of the league, but common sense would eventually prevail. And in a league where physicality is not allowed, a one-on-one ISO guru is definitely somebody who could do well in the league. He is a professional scorer, a high-level professional scorer, averaging over 20 points a game for his career. In the NBA, in the real NBA, when they were allowed to touch you, to hit you, to push you, So if you don't know, I will put a link in the description below to Carmelo's career stats, because people see Carmelo now and they hear the narrative that the media is trying to push about Carmelo and his game, and you may think this dude is really a scrub. Really a malcontent, cannot play the game, does not deserve to be there. But check those stats out, and let me know what you think about the stats that he put up to this point in his career, and then even this year what he's doing, which is pretty, in my opinion, pretty phenomenal for somebody who they said, it would be difficult for a coach to justify leaving him as the 9th, 10th person on the bench. How the hell would that happen? He's starting on the Trailblazers consistently, game after game after game. It wasn't like at first Dame was hurt, he started. Oh, it's because Damian Lillard is hurt. Damian Lillard came back. He continued to start and continued to play well. Out of the first 8 games that he's played, I think he only had one game that wasn't a very good game, and it wasn't a terrible game, but by the Melo judging standards, I don't think he cracked double figures. Maybe had like 9 points or something like that. But the rest of the time, he's been doing his thing. So salute you, Melo. He showed people that you could stay the course, do things the way that you want to do it, and then still end up with a positive outcome, which is, what he's doing right now. So in my stormy Knicks fan, doldrums, Carmelo is my silver lining right now. I'm watching the Portland games. Like, I actually call them the Portland, New York Knicks Blazers. I'm lying, I don't call them, but I do watch them, and I watch the games. I enjoy the games. The offense that they have, he fits in perfectly. He adds a tertiary scorer to Damian Lillard and CJ McCollum. In a league where there is no physicality, you are not allowed to touch anybody, and you rarely see a double team. There's no way that he could not be successful, and he's gone out there and proved that over and over again, night in and night out on Portland. And about this narrative, now, I like to listen to the different sports, the podcasts, and the different, the first takes and the things of that nature that come on. Stephen A. Smith, Shannon Sharp, Skip Bayless, all those guys, and Jalen Rose. All of these people, I love to listen to them and listen to their ideas and their opinions on things that are going on. But it gets on my nerves because it seems like somebody has paid somebody or told somebody to promote this narrative on Carmelo Anthony being either a malcontent or being this tough player and trying to justify why they kept him out of the league, rather than just saying, hey, we made a mistake, we thought that he wasn't viable, and now he is. So there'll be times where they're explaining how well he's been doing. He scored 20 points last game, and he scored 23 before that, and he did this and he did that well. But you got to remember, the reason why he wasn't in the league so long is kind of partially his fault. Look, we've had people in the NBA with guns in the locker room. We've had people have brawls in the stadium with fans spitting on people, doing all kinds of stuff. And if they did want to bring up something that was Bush League or unprofessional about Carmelo, I would say they would have brought up back when he was on Denver and he snuffed Marty Collins for no apparent reason. If that's what, you could bring that up and talk about, his lack of character or whatever. But since back in those days, he's been a model NBA professional. And if when they interview his teammates, his past teammates, people that have played with him, people that know him in the league, everybody wants to work out with him. Everybody wanted him back in the league. And it's because of the quality of character that the guy has, obviously. So all of the time when they're like, oh, well, he's doing so well right now, and it's surprising because he's been out of the league for such and such amount of time. But you got to kind of consider that it was kind of his fault because XYZ. I don't understand where these narratives keep coming from and why they keep promoting it. It's not necessary. Okay, he was out of the league. He's back in the league. Let's, talk about what's going on now and then move forward. And then this, he's not a good defender thing. Who in this NBA is a good defender? Besides like Patrick Beverly, Kawhi Leonard, actually like everybody on the Los Angeles Clippers. Now you got Pascal Siakam, you got some guys on the Raptors, the Clippers. There are a few guys that you would name in the NBA, Draymond Green, that you would say these are solid defenders. The Greek Freak. But aside from that, it's just a bunch of offensive players. The probably guy that's in the lead for the MVP right now, with a couple of guys, the few guys, James Harden, LeBron James, and Luka Doncic, none of them play any defense. And I know you LeBron stans. Again, I haven't been talking about LeBron. I've laid on him this season. I've stuck to my Knicks and I haven't spoke about him. But the LeBron stans, that dude don't play no defense, which I don't blame him. He's been in the league for umpteen years. And if I was 40 years old, I probably wouldn't play defense in the NBA anymore either. But, man, lay off Melo. He's a good dude. And he seems to be just wanting to come out and play his game. When they interview him, he's saying that he's regained his love for the game. So I've regained my love for watching Melo play the game, and you guys should do the same. Check Melo out, man. Portland doing their thing right now. Now we come to the hot and the not segment of the show. And, this show is... I've been trying to find ways to, because I don't want to get into these game by game situations with the Knicks because they're downright depressing. So in the discussion that I've been having on the show, the hot player of this show is going to be Melo. Carmelo Anthony, Hoodie Melo. Carmelo is averaging 17 points a game, 6 rebounds, 2 assists, shooting 40% from the 3-point line and about 45% from the field. All those numbers are pretty decent numbers for a washed up player, supposedly washed up, that everybody was saying his career was done, and the time for Melo to play the league that he played in is no longer, and this new league is not for Carmelo. So shout out to Carmelo for doing what he does and continuing to give us that professional elite scoring on a nightly basis. On the not side, the not players of the show are the New York Knicks, man. Fuck is going on with you guys? Fizdale, Scott Perry, all you guys, y'all need to figure something out, man, because I don't see effort. I don't see drive in these guys. I don't see fire. I don't see competing on a night-to-night basis. One night they may look like world beaters, and this is never for a full game. And then the next night, they look like a high school team. Shot selection is terrible. They don't run any sets on either end of the floor. So to me, that it's just a mess, man. That thing is a mess. They say that even a broken clock is right twice a day. But the New York Knicks, if they were a clock, somebody done disintegrated that bitch, because I don't never see when they're right. Like, I watch the games as much as I can because I do support. But it's painful, man. Like pouring salt on your wounds or something like that. Like, I can't do it. I watch as much as I can again, but I can't. New York Knicks, you are my not players of the game. As always, thank you for coming out. Thank you for spending time with me. I missed you guys since I've been away, and I'm gonna get back on my grind, knocking them videos out, getting them out to you. But as always, too, drinks. Not this one. This is my drink. Get your own drink. Drinks, convo, jokes, laughter, all that on the house. Because we can, many cannot. I will see you guys next episode. Peace.